Welcome to the Strenuous Life Radio, the podcast where leaderpreneurs, entrepreneurs, men and women learn the essentials and human skills of the strenuous life. Hello everybody, this episode is called On Branching Out and Reaching Out. And this is something that I was struggling with from fall 1999 on up to spring of 2001. I mean, it really, the beginning of it all, of all the angst and of all that, was coming to an end. I had gone with Brad and Karen to a Christian coffee house for Memorial Day. But I wasn't having much fun there. When you count the number of times that Brad and Karen down talked my faith, they didn't know that I was considering conversion. But they were doing whatever they could to discourage it. I come home. The next day I go to my normal Baptist church. And they're good people, don't get me wrong. But the more I listen to the guest minister, the more I begin to question everything that I've known. Nothing against how I was raised, there's a lot of elements of Baptist that I'm still very proud of. But I knew I had to move on. I walked out of the church. I called Jim Bob. He said, look, say you was to become a member of this church. This, as people erroneously call us, Mormon church. It's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. But he's like, say you was to do that. Does Brad have to know? And, well, back at that time, the answer was no. And to be honest with you, if I can help it, the less we discuss it, well, we're probably going to end up discussing it anyway. Okay. Fast forward to a few days later. June 6th, 2001. My buddy Keith showed up with two things. He was armed for bear with donuts. Thanks to the help of his and one of his aunts. And also, he gave me what's known in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, a triple combination. The Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, Pearl of Great Price. I started talking to Keith about what I've been reading. And I broke down. I said, you know what? I'm not worried about losing some of the friends I've got. But I know what I have to do. I have to do this. I have to convert. And Keith, God bless his soul, he stood alongside my side and he said, Jimmy, do you know what that is? He said, that's the Holy Ghost telling you. It isn't me. It isn't the two sets of missionaries telling you. That's the Holy Ghost. He said, now that you've had witness from the Holy Ghost, you're ready. He stayed with me about a week. And I started delving into my studies. into the Latter-day Saint belief and the Book of Mormon, because it's like, hey, I can no longer continue like I was with Brad and Jim Bob and Karen. Now, Jim Bob was a little bit more understanding. Me and Jim Bob, don't get me wrong, we lived good, clean lives. Don't get me wrong, but we had our wild streak. And I'm not talking about anything crazy or outlandish, just our joking around, our sense of humor. But the blessing was this. Listen to me. The blessing was this. It was forcing me to branch out. Because Keith was kind of like, Jimmy, I know how much you like Brad and Karen. He's like, but dude, all these people that say that they're your friends, and they're criticizing your move. What the heck kind of friendship is that? Jimmy, this is not meant for you. Come on. You deserve better. And I was like, okay. So what do I do? What do I do? Well, it's pretty obvious. When your friend group is trying to smother your identity and say you're discovered that they're not dreamers at all. They're not people who want to improve their life and mind and mindset. You gotta branch out. You gotta reach out. You gotta reach out. See, that's what Keith was trying to tell me, One of the biggest impressions I had with him at that time. He had several. The first one he had was when I told him what I read in the Book of Mormon and how I cried because I knew it's true. He said, that's the Holy Ghost witnessing to you. He said, that means, Jimmy, now is the time. Another thing, I had discovered an old tape of some network marketing convention songs by this this band of artists. And I loved them. I really did. And I remember during my marriage, my ex-wife, Chris, was after me to burn that tape. And when Keith heard the tape, he's like, burn that? He said, Jimmy, that get you pumped up. Get back into your game. Get back into your zone. You've always told me you wanted some kind of business. Don't give up on that. See, what Keith did, it was a pleasant morning wake-up call. It was a pleasant morning wake-up call. And why not? It showed me how wonderful the Lord really is. Okay? How willing are you to get that? With that, I hope you enjoyed listening to Streamless Life Radio. Please subscribe. Until next time, don't just sit there and take it. Build your dreams so you can take it. Do what others don't so you can be what others won't. And do what others won't so you can have what others can't. Think strong, live strong, and live the streamless life. God bless you. And remember this, from the bottom of my heart, Jenny loves you. I really love you.